In this video, I'm going to share a bunch of different ways that you can make passive income. We're going to dive deep into how to get each of these started, the overall maintenance levels that are required with each of them, and also, is it a good or bad opportunity for you to take a look at? For me personally, my business is bringing in over $1 million per month in revenue. That's not in profit. So I know a lot about how to build passive income. Not every single one of my income sources are passive. I'm going to talk about some of them that are, but more importantly, how you can take some of this and apply it in your own life. Reality is that none of these things are going to happen for you overnight. There's going to be a decent amount of effort involved in getting an income source up and running from complete scratch. But in the long run, these things are worth it. This is a video I would like to have seen a number of years ago when I got started working in a freezing cold warehouse, getting my business up and off the ground. Passive income, it's a little bit of a lie. I know that's a bit of a bombshell, but I'm going to explain to you why that is the case. You see, in reality, most businesses out there are not really passive in that there's no work involved in them. There is work involved in them. Therefore, in order to get the rewards that a business is going to bring you, there's going to be things you're going to have to do in order to see those rewards. But in some cases, passive income is real when the right amount of effort comes before it. Case in point, online courses. So you build a course that teaches people how to get a specific result in something, and it takes time. But the time that you take to build that course gets you paid time and time again after that. Why? Because you're able to sell that through online webinars, through video series, things that don't involve your time directly to make that sale. So if anyone tells you, yeah, but online courses are passive, they are to a degree. And also I would have to tell you, in order to keep making those course sales, you're gonna have to keep bringing in new people from online traffic like Facebook ads, YouTube ads, etc. And so someone's gonna have to do that work, someone's gonna have to monitor that, or it's gonna go. So with all that said, let's jump into passive income number one. Yes, let's talk about crypto. So first things first, this is not financial advice, all right? This is me talking to you about something, an income stream, and whether or not it's something you can apply in your own life. And I'll tell you that I am invested in crypto to multiple six figures in this asset class. And I'm not here to tell you that it's so easy, you're gonna be rich overnight and all of that BS. What I'm gonna tell you is the concept of crypto is relatively simple. You take some of your money, you invest it in a particular token or currency, and over time, the expectation is that the value of that currency is going to increase. Why? Because there is a limited number printed of that particular token. Let's take Bitcoin, for example. So Bitcoin has a max supply of 21 million Bitcoins. This is important because if you buy a Bitcoin or a portion of a Bitcoin, you know that it's not going to be diluted in time as more people print more Bitcoins. And because it's rare, supply and demand works it out that over time that will increase in value as the supply stays the same and demand increases. This is true for anything in economics. Supply and demand rules all. I think the safest thing you can do with crypto right now is just set up an account over at nexo.io. Completely free to do this. Now in certain countries, like in the US for instance, this is not something where you can get paid out interest in there anymore. It was something that was available. There's lots of other services like this, like Celsius and BlockFi, and all of these interest payments are no longer available in certain countries like the US and others as well. So you need to do a little bit of research on that. Myself, I'm located here in Ireland, and I'm able to get an Nexo account, and I'm able to make interest on the assets that I hold inside Nexo. So I can put in some Bitcoin, some Ethereum, whatever I currently have bought, and I get paid interest on that every single day of the week. As a matter of fact, over the last year that I've been doing this, I've been paid interest of over $1,400, and I've had nothing to do whatsoever. Over the years, since myself and Robert Ricky started up Marketplace Superheroes, we have made a lot of different courses, and we produced a lot of money in this area as well. I mean, at this point in time, multiple 8 figures in course sales. And is this something that a complete beginner can just jump into? Well, yes and no. If you have, like I had, no experience whatsoever, when I was working in an office job, I didn't have anything I could make a course on. Now, there is a pathway I'm going to give you that you can actually go down and you can make money with this, but it's not in me going, well, what do? I'm in an office, I can play the guitar kind of well, let me make a course about that. I just don't believe that's a good way to do things. But on the other hand, if you are currently an expert in something, it's a great way to go. You can sell a course from anywhere from like $100 to thousands of dollars, and you can build a really significant business. But what you absolutely have to have is a very specific result you can get another person that you've got yourself and you've also got for other people. I think a great resource that I would point you in the direction of is Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. It's a really good book that talks about becoming an expert and what's involved in building a business in this area. So on the other hand, for those of you who are not experts in anything and you were like me, I was a data processor many years ago, and you want to get into this area, what I would tell you is you can go to people who have, let's say, a YouTube following, for example, right? And they make a lot of videos, they have a lot of followers, but they don't build an email list off the back of their YouTube following. They don't actually offer anything to those people. They just simply keep making more content on these platforms. You can come in and become what I call a profit producer, and you can partner with that expert and become the marketer in that business. Now, of course, there's a bit to learn here. We do have a free program that I can put you in the direction of called Money Magnet, which will teach you the basics of how this works. I would say in order to either have your own course or become a profit producer, there is a bit of skill involved. You need to learn how sales funnels work, how different types of presentations work, like webinars or video sales letters or product launches. So there is quite a bit to take in there, but I would tell you that these are skills that in time are legitimately going to be worth 6 if not 7 figures to you on a personal level. I'd say for me over the years, I have personally made millions doing this. I bought my own home. I have no mortgage whatsoever. I've invested in a lot of different properties. I actually have a property portfolio of over £1 million now, so about $1.3 million. So online courses have been very good to me, but also I have helped others produce their own programs as well, and they've gone on to become very successful. So it's been great to me. For you listening right now though, if you were like me and you had no experience at the very start, you either have to go and get experience so you have something that you can teach, or you need to go and partner with somebody who already has this knowledge and ideally a bit of a following, and you can build something together. The next thing I want to talk about is, of course, selling your own products or other people's products on Amazon. My company, which obviously I'm partnered with Robert Rickey in, Marketplace Superheroes, has been known for the last number of years as being one of the top places to go to learn how to sell your own products or other people's products on Amazon. And certainly going the private label route where you sell your own products, you can build a massively successful business there. You can make a couple of grand per month very passively doing that, which is great. And now also we introduced the wholesale model. We actually partnered with a guy called Mike Sieben to come in and teach this, because this is all he does day in, day out, every single day of the week. I've actually made millions from both in sales, so I know they both work and I love both models. But for most people starting out, a wholesale model is a really simple way to get going, and the reason for that is because the level of risk involved is very low and the level of upfront investment is low as well. Not to say private label doesn't work. I mean, if you want to make between 2 and 5 grand a month in passive income, this is absolutely possible and available, but you will invest a bit more upfront because you're going to be bringing in your own branded products rather than just selling somebody else's. Now, what you can do is you can jump down below this video right now, give this video a like, of course, and the second thing you can do, if you want to learn specifically about that wholesale model, there should be a link down there that's going to give you some pre-training. It's going to show you how that works in detail so you can figure out whether or not this is something that you want to pursue. Let's go take a look at how this wholesale model works. So we come over here to Amazon, and we would find a product that we can sell. I'm just going to throw in this Crayola marker example just because it's something we've done before. But basically what we're saying is you can sell an already existing branded product and you can get access to this branded product from a distributor, somebody who already has this in stock. And you can buy a small quantity of this from them and you can then put it over onto Amazon. So what do I mean by that? Well, if we take this product, let's see, try to get one that's a slightly better price point. So this one here, let's just go with this one. It's $65.99. It's an already established brand, Crayola, ultra clean washable markers. That's fine. And what you can actually do, this isn't exactly accurate, but for wholesale, we do actually use this one just to get a feel for the sales. But it's really not that accurate. It's AMZ Scout. You can actually click that and it's going to bring up the, the estimated amount of sales and stuff like that for this. I'm not going to go into that too much today. I just want to show you the thinking behind it. So for $65.99, you can see here that other people are trying to sell this as well, right? Now their price point is $75.99 or $77.99. This is selling for $65.99 from Amazon. So ideally we don't want to sell in areas where Amazon are already selling, although sometimes it can work out. But in general, we would love to see another seller here, and the ships from Amazon is absolutely fine. So we're going to utilize Amazon's fulfillment in order to send a small quantity of this product over into Amazon's warehouse, hold it in stock, and then as long as we're $65.99 and Amazon are not selling it, as long as we're matching the lowest price, we get access to this area called the buy box over time. And this is what we call the profit wheel, where every time sellers just keep rotating out, Amazon rotate people automatically and we make sales. It's a great business model because it's very quick. You're buying things from domestic suppliers, you're getting them into stock on Amazon, and you're making money. Now the private label route is a little bit different. So what that would involve is going over to Amazon, and let's say, I'm just going to pick an example of a product that we like to use called like tomato steaks, depending on where you're from. So you take a product like this, let's say this one was selling for $43.96. It's nearly $2,000 in patio, lawn and garden. So a product like this, I'm just going to estimate and say if it was $43.96 and it's $2,000 in that category, you might say it sells 10 a day, right? So it sells 10 a day. We can actually calculate. So let's say 44 multiplied by 10. That's going to give us $440 a day in revenue. And 440 multiplied by 30 days in an average month. Average there of about $13,000 in revenue. I'm estimating it could be more, it could be less. These things change all the time. But let's say it was 13 grand in sales. That does in one market every single month. And you brought in your own branded tomato steak, right? Well, if you were at this level, you should be making about 30% of that in profit. So if it was 13,200, this is your own brand, remember, you're making about $3,960 net profit before tax. You take that 3,960, multiply that by 12 now, that one item is bringing you in a yearly profit of about $47,000. Whereas when you're selling, say, wholesale, you're not making 30%, you're making more like 15%, about half what you'd be making selling your own branded products. Obviously, there's more risk involved with selling your own branded products, but there's ways to mitigate that. It's faster on the other side of wholesale. I think if you look at it the way I like to do it with Amazon is I like to use both strategies to bring in passive income. And I would say it is quite passive. Amazon do a lot of the work day to day, but it's not fully passive. You're going to be researching, you're going to be finding and speaking to suppliers. So it's definitely not fully passive. Now, one of the things we've been learning about at Marketplace Superheroes through our friends Matt and Devin is a process where you can sell your own jewelry actually online. And if you go to Etsy, for instance, the way to look at this is you can go to Etsy and you can type in Mother's Day jewelry, and you can see products that look like this one. So this is what we call a message card, and we have jewelry that goes along with the message card. The company who makes this jewelry is a business called Shine On. If you actually search Shine On jewelry, you'll see some examples of this, and also you can actually click in here and take a look at their website where they'll show you lots of different products that they have available and stuff like that. So the idea here is very simple. We go and we get a product like this. We then make our own message card. You can use Canva and things like that to make this. And you can put this up on sites like Etsy, for instance, but also you can run advertising to sell your own version of these products through Facebook advertising and also through TikTok as well. These are two really good platforms that we utilize this on. Overall, over the last number of months, myself and Dave Keefe from our team have been actually proving this model out. We've done approaching $10,000 in sales, I think, over the last few months, and we're somewhat profitable. We're learning this all the time. The thing we have to learn about here is more how to improve our advertising and get in front of people at a lower cost, and that's really down to just improving our designs and stuff like that. But this is a really good way to start making some passive income. Again, there is work involved, running the ads, coming up with the designs. But once you get that up and running, it is relatively passive when you get something that's successful. I have to admit, one of the things that we've been struggling a little bit with has been getting a design that just takes off. We've had lots of designs that have done pretty well. It's something though that we are here to master. We're going to try sell other products here over on the Shine On site, just going back to that again, like the watches and stuff like that as well. So there's lots of opportunity in this area. People do millions of dollars every single year. For us, it's just about mastering the whole advertising part of it. I really hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, please give me a like. It really helps the channel. And secondly, if you want to watch a bit more detail, this video is going to break down that wholesale model for you in really good detail. It's something we've had a lot of views on. People really enjoyed this video. So watch it to the end, and also go down to the description and check it out, because there will be extra training there for you also. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next video.